Hello. I'm Ayangla, and you're listening to Sports Around the Corner. This is a podcast about the power of sports in transforming society. On today's episode, we will be diving deep into an important conversation about inclusivity and representation within the Paralympic movement. As we all know, the Paralympic Games, without a shadow of doubt, is the pinnacle of sport for athletes with disabilities, showcasing not just their incredible physical achievements, but also the strength of the human spirit. And beyond all that, the Paralympic movement is a global force that pushes boundaries of inclusivity and representation in both sports and society in general. But what do you think inclusivity and representation mean in the context of the Paralympics? And how far have we come? Let's start off by looking at the history. It started out as a minor competition between injured veterans of the war competing in archery in the year 1948, which developed into a major international sporting event that runs parallel to the Olympics. This journey wasn't just about creating a stage for athletes with disabilities, but it was about challenging the stereotypes about what people with disabilities can achieve, in addition to prizing a platform for them. Inclusivity is about providing and ensuring that athletes, irrespective of their physical abilities, may participate and succeed on a global platform, making sure that the structure, rules, and facilities support athletes of all abilities and background. These days, representation is just as significant. It has to do with seeing diverse bodies, backgrounds, and cultures represented in sports and media. More than just athletes, Paralympians are resilient role models whose experiences dispel negative perceptions and stereotypes about disabilities. It hasn't always been simple, though. Compared to the Olympics, the Paralympics received less media attention for a very long time. Athletes' stories were frequently underrepresented and overshadowed. Due to its lack of visibility, the movement was unable to fully influence how people throughout the world view disability. Fortunately, today, we are seeing progress. The media coverage of the Paralympics has increased, and major broadcasters are dedicating more time to telling the stories of these athletes. The growth of social media has also allowed Paralympians to connect directly with the audiences, showcasing their training, struggles, and victories in ways we have never seen before. This shift in visibility has paved the way for inclusion in society, helping to normalize disability in sports. But then again, at the same time, we cannot ignore the fact that there is still work to be done. We need more diversity in terms of gender, race, and socioeconomic background within the Paralympics. Many athletes in lower-income countries still face barriers when it comes to getting access to training facilities, equipment, and support. Then, we also have the mental health and well-being. Athletes with disabilities often face unique psychological challenges, from overcoming stigmatization to balancing intense physical demands with their personal and emotional lives. The Paralympic movement is slowly beginning to address these concerns, but more support is still necessary. So what can we do to foster inclusivity and representation in the Paralympic movement? The first thing we need is advocate for disability rights, who must continue to push for equality in sport policies, funding, and recognition. Secondly, education. Schools, media, and sports organizations should not only focus on the achievements of Paralympians, but also the societal importance of inclusive sports. This can change the way young people view disability and athleticism, ensuring the next generation embraces diversity. Finally, as a public, our support is also very essential. Inclusivity and representation means more than just showing up. It is not just about providing a stage, but it is about making sure that every person, regardless of their ability, has the chance to succeed, to be seen, and to inspire. The Paralympic movement has made significant strides in this direction, but it is up to all of us to ensure that the progress continues. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Sports Around the Corner. If it inspired you, consider sharing it with others, and let's keep pushing towards a future that is inclusive, representative, and fair. Until next time, I'm Ayangla, and this is Sports Around the Corner. Stay inspired.